Hello, I've got some yoga for you today. If you would like to join me for some joint movement, we can just begin by coming onto your mat. We're going to begin our practice today by coming into a hero pose. So you want to sit back and down on your heels of your feet if that feels good. And if you need to use a block or a blanket, you can place something between your legs or even a blanket between your legs. And then just press the top of your feet into the mat. We're going to roll our shoulders up towards our ears and back. And relax into this nice hero pose today. Begin to slow your mind down by connecting with your breath. Breathing in through your nose. And out through your nose. Begin to relax your shoulders down away from your ears and keep your chin slumped tightly under like you're holding an orange and you don't want it to fall out. Once you begin to settle down into your body with your breath, we're going to take our arms out and up. And then interlace your fingers and reach your palms up towards the sky. Lift your chin, look up, and then just arch your back as you let your hands fall back. Pressing your palms back towards the sky, and then bring your hands right in front of you. We're going to take our hands behind our back this time and interlace our fingers. Once more, lift your chin. And then round your back, put your chin to your chest. We're going to lift the arms behind us and then take both hands towards your left side body. Turning your head towards the left, press in with your hands and towards your side body real gently, just to stimulate your digestive organs. And then see if you can twist a little deeper as you exhale. Now, draw your chin towards your chest and just kind of drag it across your collarbones to the center. Just let it hang there, getting a nice stretch in the back of your neck. And then curl your head over towards the right shoulder and then let your head draw back. If it feels good, make a couple of circles. Be careful not to swing or jerk your head. Just real gentle circles today, relieving stress in the neck, the shoulders. And then we're going to bring the hands back behind us, lift them up towards the sky, and then lean forward. Lifting your hands up a little higher and relaxing a little deeper. Now, bring the crown of your head back towards the sky, open up those collarbones once more and lift the chin. And then as you exhale this time, we're going to take our hands to the right. Looking over the right ear, breathing in, we're going to press our hands gently in towards our right side body. And just look over your right shoulder. Just like we did before, take your chin down towards your chest. Take it over towards the left. And then if it feels good, make that complete circle once more. A couple of times. Being real gentle with your neck. And only if you don't have any neck or spine issues. We're going to come back to center and then release your hands back behind your back. Now, take your hands down by your knees. Walk your hands out in front of you. And for some of my yogis, they've expressed that they have some low back pain. So if you have any low back pain today, let your eyebrow center relax towards your folded arms or your mat. And then try to let your tailbone relax towards your toes. Get as much length in your spine as you can. And then walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And we're going to come into our first tabletop position today. So from your table, lift the crown of the head and lift your tail. And as you exhale, press yourself away from the mat. And then tuck your tail under and look back at towards your navel. Take a lengthening breath as you lift the chin, rotate your triceps forward, and curl your tail towards your shoulders. And then as you squeeze the breath out, round. Once more, rounding the back. Do this 2 more times. Really warming up your spine today. When you've done that a few times, we're going to curl our toes underneath and then lift the knees off the mat and just push your sit bones back. Take your shoulders back and drop your eyebrow center towards the mat. Let your head hang loose. Pedal out your knees, walk your dog, and then look forward and come back into the tabletop. And with your toes tucked under, sit back and down in child pose. You can walk the hands out a little farther, and then just relax the eyebrow center towards the mat once more. Now, bring yourself back over your shoulders, over the wrist, and then tuck with the toes tucked under, lift the knees and push the sit bones up and back. Looking forward, lowering into table, and sitting back into your child pose. Into your table. This time we're going to step back with the right foot and the left and find your first high plank today. So move back and forth over the toes, over the wrist, and just kind of stretching out the wrists, the arches, the toes, and then bring your body into stillness. Stay right here, soften the knees, and push the shoulders and hips back. Once more, downward facing dog, allowing the heart to mount towards the mat. Keeping your head and neck loose, we're going to look forward and come back into the high plank. And then press yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Now do this a couple more times on your own. If this is too difficult for you, or you just don't feel like it today, come into tabletop instead. And if you don't even want to do that, you can do the table and then child pose. So choose what's working for you today. Now bring your body back into downward facing dog. Let your heart melt towards the mat, and then take as many steps as you need to walk your feet forward towards your hands. And then bend your knees. We're going to grab opposite elbows and let the sit bones reach up towards the sky as the crown of the head just comes in between your arms like you've created a frame for your portrait. And then sway back and forth, side to side, getting into the side bodies and getting some length into our spine right now. Now drop your hands. As we come up nice and slow, we're going to sweep our arms out and up. And then bring the palms of the hands together and reach up. Lifting your chin up towards the sky. And then bring your hands back to heart center. Maybe dedicate your practice to someone today. Maybe yourself. Now soften your knees and set your hips back a little bit. And take your hands down towards the earth. And keep your arms out and up once more. Big circle, reaching back up. And then once more, bringing palms together, bending the knees, and taking the hands down, out, and all the way back up. You press your feet into the earth. One more time. And on this last time, think of something you need to let go of and let it go as you bow down. Breathing in, we're going to take the arms out and up for one last time, and then palms together. See if you can lift a little higher, and then let your hips and pelvis relax forward as you lift your chin and do this little mini back bend. Reaching back up as you breathe in, and then softening at the elbows and lowering down to forward fold. Now pedal it out, just like we do our down dog, like we're walking the dog. Just pedal your legs out, back and forth, and then bring your hands under your shoulders. We're going to take a big step back with the right foot. And if the left foot isn't between your hands, walk it up there. And I'm going to come into a little lunge, so lean in towards your left heel with your hips, and then let your hips drop towards the earth. Press the top of the right foot into the mat. And then Place the hands on the knee. And if that doesn't feel good to you today, just keep your hands on the mat. Try to keep your tailbone tucked slightly under, and don't arch your back too much right now, but try to put your weight on that right quad muscle, stretching out the psoas. You can press in with the toes of the right foot. And if you would like to take your arms out enough to amplify today, you can place the palms together and look up once more. And then we're going to bring our hands right underneath our shoulders. Now, pressing in with left foot, we're going to straighten out the left leg. Hands stay under the shoulders as you curl your toes towards your face. And see if you can lower your body a little bit more towards that left leg. Lengthen forward, and see if you can deepen your fold. Now, bring that left foot back to mat and bring the left knee over the left heel. Once more, we're going to drop that right psoas muscle towards the earth. And then pressing the hips back towards that right heel once more. Curl the toes back up and lower. And then come back into your lunge. Now, we're going to curl the toes under and lift that right knee off the mat. And keeping the right hand on the mat, we're going to lift left hand out towards the left and then up towards the sky for a low lunge twist. Expand the space between your arms and the space between the crown of your head and your heels. You get a long line. Hold this pose. And then take your hand back under your shoulder. Now look towards the top of the mat. You can lower right knee or you can keep it lifted as you press yourself up into a crescent lunge today. Breathing into the strong pose, use your breath as you balance strength and muscle and range of motion. Now gather your hands back to your heart. We're going to lean forward and take right elbow to left knee for a low lunge twist. Get a little bit more length and so you can twist a little deeper. Try to point that left elbow towards the sky. If you would like to come a little deeper in your practice today, you could lower the right hand towards the mat and lift the left hand up towards the sky. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take that left hand back and move the right hand back under the right shoulder. Now placing the hands under the shoulder, step back into your high plank. And we're going to hold our high plank for 3 breaths. Last one. And then lift your sit bones up and back. Bend those knees as much as you need. Take as many steps as you need to walk towards your hands. And then drop your head once more. Grab opposite elbows like we did before and just sway back and forth. And then dropping the hands, we're going to sweep the arms out and up towards the sky and then lift the chin once more. And with your palms together, bring it to the heart center. Remember your dedication. Soften your knees and dive down. We're going to take the arms out and up as we breathe in. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward once more. Think once more of something you need to let go of. And on this last forward fold, release it. Now place the hands on the shoulders, and this time we're going to step back with the left foot. So walk the right foot forward if you need to a little bit and drop the left knee, pressing the top of the left foot into the mat. Stay right here. Or you might be able to amplify by placing hands on the knee or taking arms out and up. Whatever you do today, try not to overarch your back too much, but keep your tail slightly tucked and try to put your weight on that left psoas muscle as you sink the hips towards the earth. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to bring the hands back to your heart. And then placing hands right underneath your shoulders, push your hips back towards your left heel this time. Curling the toes upward towards your face and lowering your body towards the right leg. Now, You can move back and forth a few times. Just really warming up, stretching out, increasing that range of motion. And remember, yoga works body, mind together. So you're helping yourself become more flexible, more creative, less judgmental. And then bring that right knee back over the right heel. Now tucking the toe under, we're going to lift the left knee this time, coming into your lunge and keeping that left hand under left shoulder. Reach the right arm out and up with this low lunge twist. Expand your breath and find some length in this asana today. And then take the left right hand back under your shoulder. Option to drop the knee or keep it lifted. And as you breathe in, we're going to press in with both feet and reach up into our strong crescent lunge. Lengthen and soften. It's a balance. Bring hands to your heart and then lean forward. And this time we're going to twist to the right, taking left elbow to right knee. Maybe pointing that right elbow towards the sky and maybe amplifying by opening the arms up wide. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Maybe taking your gaze up towards that right thumb. And then taking both hands back to the mat. We're going to look towards the top of the mat this time and step up with the left foot. Now take your arms out and up, but keep your hips back and down and see if you can find your chair pose today. So from your chair pose, shoulders are back and down, away from your ears, hips are down, just like there's a chair waiting for you. You're going to think about a neutral pelvis right now, so you don't want to arch your back too much or round your back, but just a nice neutral spine. So you can lift the hands a little higher and sit back and down a little deeper. Hands back to your heart center and then place your hands under your shoulders. Step or jump back to your high plank. And once more, we're going to hold for 3 breaths. Plank is such a good pose for building upper body strength and for toning the whole front side of the body. Make sure you don't have your hips too high and don't let them hang down too low. But just visualize a diagonal line from the crown of your head to your heels. Now after you breathe 3 breaths, knees are going to get soft. I'm going to push the hips back. Finding your downward facing dog again. Now placing the right foot, left foot right in the middle, we're going to lift the right foot up towards the sky for tail of the dog. And as you exhale, bend your knee and take the right foot to the left side, stacking your hips. Now make a circle with that right knee, really warming up these hips today. And you're going to take the right knee to the left elbow and then expand the toes back for tail of the dog. Now take the right knee to the right elbow and then expand back towards the sky. Now draw the knee to the chin, round and hug it in, and then step it between your hands. Spin your left toes at 10 o'clock. And take a moment to anchor yourself down. So press the knife edge or the pinky side of your left foot into the mat. Press the toe mound of the right foot, the heel, and the ball of the foot. And like you're gathering energy up from the arches of your feet, take your arms out and up and find your warrior 1 strength today. Breathe into this warrior pose. And as you exhale, let your shoulder blades relax down your back. Take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers and squeeze the shoulder blades like we did earlier. And then we're going to lean down. And we call this humble warrior because it doesn't matter how far you go. Nobody is looking at you and you're not looking at anybody else. You're just feeling this wonderful stretch. Some of you may be able to lower a lot, and some of you may not be able to lower very much at all. So wherever you are right now, honor that. See if you can lift your hands maybe a little higher and drop your head a little deeper. Humble warrior. I love the name. I love the pose. Release your hands, and using that breath and energy, we're going to take the hands down by the right foot and back up towards the sky for that strong warrior one. And then we're going to take our hands underneath our shoulders once more and walk the hands towards the top of your mat. Pressing the right foot into the mat, lift the left leg up towards the sky. And then we're going to walk the hands back towards the right foot and then drop your head. So you're just looking at your right shin. See if you can point those toes up towards the sky for a standing split. It doesn't matter how tall or how far up you put those toes. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend both knees. Bring the left knee forward and lower to the right heel. Shiva squat. Inhale back to standing split. And exhale, Shiva squat. Pressing with that right leg, straighten it out. Breathe in. And last time, exhale. Now step that left foot back. Take a breath, placing your hands on the mat. Step back into high plank. Shift the whole body forward and lower halfway down. You can always drop your knees if you need. Press yourself back up and lower halfway down. One more time, up and down. Now push the heart forward. Drop your knees, come into cobra, or keep the knees lifted as you transition into your up dog. From up dog, we're going to come into table and sit back and down in child pose for 3 breaths. Once more, connect with your breath. Energizing, healing, strengthening breath. And as you exhale, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Walking the hands back out, we're going to round ourselves back into our table. Curling your toes under, lift the knees, and then sit bones up and back. Remember to drop your heart as you drop your eyebrow center towards the mat. This time, we're going to bring your toes to touch and lift the left leg up, or tail of the dog. And as you exhale, bend your knee and take the left foot to the right side. Let's we can make a big circle. And then point your toe back to the sky. And with this exhale, you're going to take your left knee to the right elbow as you reach the crown forward. Extend back into tail of the dog. And then bring the knee to the left elbow. Once more, straighten that left leg out, lift it up. And then bring the knee to the chin, round the back, shoulders over the hands, step it up there by your left toes. Take a moment to anchor yourself down and turn right toes at 2 o'clock. Pressing your feet into the earth, drawing that energy up from the arches. Take your palms or your hands out and up, finding your warrior one strength today. Breathe into this strength. And let your shoulders relax down your back. Now remember, in yoga, there is no ego. Nobody's good at yoga. It's good for you. Nobody's better at yoga. People have been doing it longer. Some people are more flexible, and some people are stronger. We're going to place the hands behind the back as we come into our humble warrior. So squeezing those shoulder blades together, lean forward, doesn't matter how far, just to where you feel your edge. And then begin to lift the hands away from your tailbone as you lower down a little more. Take a few moments in this pose. And then when you're ready, release your hands. We're going to sweep them along the left leg all the way up that strong warrior one pose. And then gather that energy to your heart center. Now, leaning forward, you place the hands under the shoulders and then walk them towards the top of the mat. Lifting right leg this time, and then bringing hands back towards the left foot, looking at your left shin as you drop the crown of the head towards the earth. Point those right toes up towards the sky for standing split. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the right knee forward and lower hips towards the left heel for Shiva squat. Inhaling back to standing split. Exhaling into Shiva squat. Inhale. Look at that toe. And exhale. Last time. Now step back with the right foot. Bring your hands under your shoulders and step back into high plank. Last time we did chaturanga push-ups. This time we're going to take both heels to the right and lift the left arm up to the sky for a side plank. And we're going to hold for 3 breaths. You can stay here. You can step the left foot up using it as a kickstand, kind of pressing yourself up a little higher, or you can stack the feet, one on top of the other. Some of you might even want to lift that one foot, challenging your balance today. So whatever works for you. And now it's probably been 3 breaths. We're going to return to plank. And then take 1 big breath and take both heels to the left. Lifting right arm up to the sky. Stay here. Modify or amplify. See if you can take your gaze up to that right thumb this time, as you see if you can lift the hips a little higher. After your 3rd breath, return to high plank, and then drop your knees to the mat. Let's sit back and down in our child pose for 3 breaths. And then nice and slow, draw the hands back towards your hips as you come into a seated position. And then we're going to take our arms up over our head and into goal pose. So bending at the elbows, and then see if you can squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then cross right elbow on top of left. You can bring your hands back to back, or you can bring your hands palm to palm, whatever your range. And then we're going to lift the fingertips up towards the sky until you feel a wonderful stretch. And then as you squeeze the breath out, draw the elbows down towards your legs, and then press the palms, press the elbows, and squeeze the shoulders. Lifting up once more, expanding, and then elbows down, even tucking the chin. Don't forget to press and squeeze. Last time. And then take them down. Now we're going to unwind and just kind of shake it out. It's like a garden hose that was pinched off, and now all the blood, the lymph is circulating rapidly through, taking out, the things that we don't want. The lymphatic system is our body's detox. Now bring your arms back into those goal posts, and once more squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're going to take left arm on top of right this time, and then palm to palm or back to back, depending on your range. Lifting up as we breathe in, filling up all the spaces with air. And then pressing, squeezing, and lowering until you feel that wonderful stretch. Don't forget to hug everything in nice and tight. Rising back up. Don't forget to smile. And lowering back down. Last one, lifting, expanding, and then lower. Now unwind, nice and slow, and once more, shake it out. Now, come onto your hands and knees, swinging your feet to one side. We're going to come onto our back today. So I want to do just a little bit of core work, so lie down on your back. And then we're just going to take the feet up towards the sky, breathe in, and exhale. Just kind of let your belly and your low back press into the earth. Your hands can be down by your side, and as you breathe in, you're going to kind of keep that low back pressing in the mat, keep your pelvis muscles tight, or your belly muscles as you lower the legs down to the mat, and exhale. Take them back up. Nice and slow, lower them down, control. And then press them back up. So let's do 8, 7, 6, Always put your hands under your hips if it's hurting. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And then lift. Now bend your knees. We're going to take the arms out to a T or that goalpost that we did earlier. And as you roll your head to the right, let your knees go to the left. And then bring them back to center. Look to the left and let knees fall to the right. They don't have to go all the way. They can go half of the way, a third of the way, even a fourth of the way. Keeping the low back kind of pressing in, pelvis tipped up. Taking your head the opposite direction. And then bringing your body back to stillness. Now, bringing your fingertips to your temples, we're going to lift the head and we're going to lower the right foot. So breathe in and then switch. You keep the feet flexed. You can kind of kick those feet out, but you're getting a good workout in your oblique muscles. You're firming up your core. And if you're doing a little bellow breathing right there, you're detoxing your body once more. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And then hug those knees in towards your chest. Now cross your feet. We're going to rock ourselves up into a seated position. And then take your hands back. See if you can come into your boat pose today. So breathe in and breathe out. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe lifting your legs as you breathe in and lowering as you exhale. Inhaling and exhaling, or lowering your hands as you do that. Is it a good modification? So there's so many modifications or amplifications. Maybe even lifting hands and legs for amplify. And then we're going to place the feet back on the mat. Now bring your feet into a butterfly position today. So that's the soles of the feet together, really close to your hips. And then let your shoulder blades once more relax down your back as you relax your knees, your hips. Hold on to your toes. Take a breath and begin to round the back. We're going to lean forward and then take your elbows to the shins as you deepen your fold. It doesn't matter how far down you go in this either. Make sure you're kind of hinging from your hips and not your low back area. Be safe. You can hold for 3 more breaths. And then come up 1 vertebrae at a time. Now, we are just going to straighten out that left leg and go ahead and take your right knee on top of your left knee. So your foot is bent, your right heel is your right hip, and right knee is over the left knee. We call this a cow face pose. So I'm sitting sideways today to show you what you can do with your arms. The left arm is going to come up. You're going to bend the left arm and take your hand right to your back of your neck or between your shoulder blades. And the right hand, you're going to spin the palm backwards, bend your elbow, and swim that palm up your back with the back of your hand. So the palm on the left, the back of the hand on the right. You may be able to reach and interlace your fingers. You may not. It doesn't matter. You can hold on to your shirt. Whatever you do, take an expanding breath and then drop your chin to your chest and lean forward until you feel the edge of the stretch. After 3 breaths, unwind, placing your hands under the shoulders. Tuck your chin under and come up one vertebrae at a time. And then we're going to switch legs. So take that right leg out, bending your left knee, place it over the right knee. And then take your hands down by your side. This time, right hand is going to come up, and the palm is going to come right to the middle of your shoulder blades or your neck, depending on your range of motion. And left arm is going to internally rotate as the back of the hand swims up your spine. One side usually feels better, and with me, I can really interlace my fingers on this side, and the other side I have a lot of trouble reaching. So once you find your fingers or your shirt, and remember, just what feels good, it's not what it looks like or how well you're doing it. It doesn't matter, as long as you're safe. Take a few breaths, expanding breaths, and then draw your chin to your chest and just begin to hinge forward, nice and slow. Now tuck your chin, let go of your hands, place them under your shoulders, and come up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Now, I'm going to roll over onto our belly today, and we're going to come into a Sphinx position. And we didn't do a lot of cobras today. We didn't do a lot of chaturangas. We did a lot of planks. But we're just going to rest in what I call Sphinx position. So with the elbows under the shoulders, if that's not too difficult, and if it is, walk those hands out a little farther, getting your body a little lower. If it feels good, keep those elbows forward in the palms right in front of you with the fingers spread and the back knuckles pressing into the mat. Now press your feet back and down, and then allow both hip bones to relax towards the mat. Let your belly become soft, and let your shoulder blades relax down your back. Take a few breaths here in the Sphinx pose, which is really good for low back pain and shoulder pain. And we want to keep our chin kind of parallel to the mat or even tucked under. Now, from this position today, we're going to bend that left knee, and if you can reach back with your left hand and find the foot, ease it in towards your glute, getting a really good hamstring stretch right now. And we're going to release it. And we're going to switch legs. We're going to lift that right leg up. And we're going to reach back, holding on with the right hand and easing that heel in towards the hip. And then release it. Now if that felt okay to you today, we're going to spread the feet and spread your hands. Keep the elbows under the shoulder. Spread your hands a little farther. And then pressing into those back knuckles, see if you can lift your belly off the mat, kind of resting on your hip bones. And this is called seal pose. Some of you might want to stay down a little lower. Some of you may want a little more. So you just want to listen to what feels good to you today and honor your edge, honor where you are. And then soften those elbows back down towards the mat. We're going to curl the toes towards your face, both toes this time, and then lift up. See if you can lift your legs off the mat. Reach back and find your feet. If you can find your feet, flex your feet. And then as you take a breath into your nose, you're going to press the feet back towards the end of your mat. And see if you can bring the knees together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe lift the chin. Maybe point the toes and get up a little higher today in your bow pose. And then relax back down. Now, release your feet. Place your hands underneath your elbows. Roll yourself up and come into a tabletop position today. And I'm going to get a little closer. So, bring your hands back towards your knees and then round your back. Tucking your chin to your chest. Lower the forehead towards your knees, and then grab hold of your heels. And then roll onto the crown of your head, stimulating that pituitary area today. And pull the heels like you're trying to pull the heels towards the shoulders. So you're really rounding your back right now. Breathe in and out. One more, and then release. Let your hips relax towards the heels. Walk your hands out in front of you. And now, we're going to place our hands in front of us. Bring yourself up into the tabletop to prepare ourselves for our final pose today. So swing your feet over to your side. Take them out in front of you. And then lay down on your mat. Let your feet splay out. Let your hands relax down by your hips. And keep your chin tucked slightly under. Let your front body relax into your back body. And let your tongue relax on the roof of your mouth. Let your eyes become soft, your jaw become soft. Give your body a few minutes to absorb all the benefits from today's practice. Give your mind a few things, few moments for all the seeds that have been planted today to just germinate into your body. Whenever you're ready, we're going to walk the feet back towards your hips. And then lift your right arm over your head. Now roll over to your right side and using your left hand at your own pace, nice and slow, safely press yourself up to a seated position. Bringing your legs together in front of your hips and place your hands at your heart center. Thank yourself today for practicing yoga. And remember, yoga strengthens body and the mind through increases range of motion and balance. So much peace, much love, and namaste. Thank you for practicing today.